From deep in the heart of West Texas, where big flavor lives, you're watching Bite of West Texas on Big Country Homepage.
And if you love food, you are in the right place. On Bite of West Texas, we are highlighting locally owned and operated restaurants that you'd consider to be hidden gems. So I have to say, first and foremost, guys, I am so excited to be sitting across the table from y'all because this feels like a 360 moment for me. 2 months ago, I walked into y'all's restaurant. I said, "Hey, I'm Heather. Here's the idea that I have for this podcast that I'm pitching to my bosses. I think y'all's restaurant is perfect for my podcast. Would you like to be a part of it?" And here y'all are, 2 months later, sitting across from me. I'm so happy to have you guys here. First of all, who are you and what restaurant do y'all own?
Well, thank you for having us, Heather.
Yeah.
And my name's Quentin Clendenin. This is my wife, Tabitha. And we own Q's Artisan Pizza in Tuscola.
That's right. And I would like to point out it is the only pizza restaurant in Tuscola.
Yeah.
Yes. And, of course, the perk of this job is that it's a food podcast, so obviously I get to go eat the food. So I can personally say that I've had y'all's pizza, and it's delicious. I will say that. That day when I came to visit, you made me a pizza. You stuck it in that brick oven, and I was like, oh, this is about to be so good. Now, speaking of the brick oven, tell me a little bit about this brick oven and where it came from.
Well, my husband did a ton of research, and that is one of the things that he's great at. Is if he's going to do something, he's going to do all the research on it and get the best thing that's going to work for what we were trying to make. And he found this one. It was I believe it was family owned, right? And in Italy.
Yeah.
And so
Forza Forni.
And so we decided on that, made that purchase.
Yeah.
And I believe
They made it. They build it in Italy, and then they ship it to New York, and it has to go through customs, and then they shipped it to us.
Yeah. So it made its way all the way down to Tuscola.
yeah.
It's
Very
like
cool.
a 4,000-pound pizza oven.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful. And it's authentic. So we're talking true brick oven pizza here from brick oven from Italy.
Right.
How does that make a difference when you're making pizza like that? Handmade pizza.
Well, you want to go?
Yeah, it's it's cooked by fire. Our pizza oven will get up to 1,000 degrees, but we cook at around 800, maybe just a little less than that. So, you got to use a certain type of flour so your dough's not sticking to the oven floor.
Yeah.
And all those things, being cooked by fire, using semolina, authentic flour like that, it just creates a taste that you can't find anywhere else. We're not assembling a pizza, placing it on a metal conveyor belt and letting it, run through a heater.
Yeah.
So this is the real deal. Somebody's got to sit there, turn it, so that it cooks evenly all the way around. And it's just a night and day difference between pizza that you're used to at like the commercial spots. You just can't get this anywhere else.
Oh, yeah. Like I said, I can attest to that fact. It was delicious. And now I do have to say, when we're talking about locally owned and operated restaurants, y'all are married, you have a family, your family runs this business, including your 16-year-old son, Tavian, who goes to Jim Ned. He also works there. How cool. What is that like? Literally having a family-owned and operated restaurant.
Well, when we first started, a lot of it was just me and Quentin, and then we did have some teenagers there too that went to the school. But during those slow times, it was just me and Quentin there, or just me by myself or Quentin by himself. And I think just one day I just so happened to have my son there, and I was getting busy, and I just was like, please just come help me. And he did, and he like rose to the occasion, and I believe at this time he was only 13. I want to say he first like picked up a pizza pill and started helping me when he was 13 years old, and then really started getting more into it once he turned 14. and then now, he's 16 and he can run every equipment that we have in there, and
Yeah, he could do every
he can
aspect.
handle it. Yeah.
Yeah. And he's such a
And-
cool kid too. He was so nice.
Yeah.
He was running the register when I walked in. Yeah. Very
Everybody
cool.
loves him.
Yes, but y'all employ other local students as well.
Right.
So that's a great opportunity for them. That's a way to give back to your community, right?
Yes, and not only that, we had decided when we first opened to the teenagers that do stick around with us and they end up graduating, we have, we would save we would dedicate a day where some of the profit that we were making on that specific day was going to go to them to help them, whether it's they're going to college or if they're going to do something it doesn't even have to be college associated, but just that they're going to be going into adulthood, and we kind of wanted to help them, give them that little extra change,
Yeah.
chunk of change to go with them. So
Setting up their future.
We're like their first job,
Yeah.
yeah.
and actually most of the kids, high school kids that come and work for us, they've never had a job before. And I mean, that comes with its own difficulty,
Yeah. Yeah.
training someone that's never had a job before.
Right.
But also, in a lot of respects, they're better than like the adult workforce. They're malleable. They're excited,
Yeah.
and they want to do a good job. And it's been really great working with the kids. They're awesome.
Yeah.
I love that. And y'all opened in November, I believe November 2nd of 2021. So y'all just celebrated 4 years. So that y'all probably hired a lot of students. Is that
We
right?
did.
Yeah.
We're in November.
Yeah.
Oh,
4
we-
years. Did that just
we
click?
missed it.
Yes.
We
Hey, congratulations. We're celebrating on this podcast today.
Thank you.
No, that's awesome. And I mean, let's backtrack here. 4 years ago, this is also, so when I say you built this restaurant, like you literally built this restaurant from the ground up. You resurrected the building there. So that's cool. But tell me, how did it even get started? Did you say, you wake up one day and say, I want to and build a pizza restaurant? How did you get started with that?
I like owning my own businesses. I don't do very good working for someone else. Never really have. And we used to live in Lubbock, and we decided to move down here and wanted to get something going. And so we knew, all the kids went to GymNet, and we knew that's where we wanted to be. So we were looking for some land to buy. And we went to City Hall and said, hey, do you know of anything that's for sale around here? And she was like, well, what are you going to be doing? And we're like, I don't know, open up a business, but we don't know what.
Yeah.
And she said, well, we just ran a Facebook poll, and the city of Tuscola voted on what's the number one business that they want to come here. And it was a pizza place. And so I told her, let's give the people what they want.
Yes.
We'll figure out the rest. And so that's kind of how it came to life.
And you delivered. And not only that, you are a business owner because you own the pizza restaurant. And then what else you own right next door?
Well, we opened up, we just saw, now we're just trying to see a need and fill it. And there's not a tire shop in Tuscola. And so we decided to open up a tire shop. It's called Q's Tire and Oil.
Yep.
We sell new tires, fix flats, rotate, balance, and now we also added oil changes.
Yeah.
And so I don't know, we're just trying to see what can help the community. What is something that people need, and then we just try to offer it.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So y'all literally own the only pizza restaurant and the only tire shop in town. Very cool. What's the little package y'all have going on here? A little package deal?
You want to sell that?
Well, since we just started doing the oil changes, we are going to be promoting a what is it? Dinner and oil change.
Perfect.
And so, you get your oil change, and then we'll hand you this little card deal, and it's valid for that same day as the oil change, and you get an amount off of your large pizza for that evening. So
Love it.
you can get your car right, and then you can go home and go feed your family, all within, reasonable amount of time.
The
So.
best 2-for-1 I can think of.
Yeah.
I love that. I love it. Okay, let's talk about the menu. So, like I said, you made me a personal pizza that was delicious, but y'all have got tons of other things on the menu. Talk about that.
Well, we do have the pizzas, of course, and then we have our breadsticks, and then there was something that we had created. It's called our Evie's Cheesy Bread. We named that one actually after our daughter. She's the only girl in our family, so we had to kind of slip her in there somewhere.
Yeah, perfect.
And that one is the community favorite, though.
That's the cheesy bread?
That's the cheesy bread.
Okay.
And they love it. And I don't know how we came up with it, but we did. And then, it goes out the door like crazy.
Well, I say that I'm the one that came up with it.
Yeah.
And then every time I say that, then she's saying that she's the one that came up with it. Now I don't even know, but it doesn't matter.
It's there.
The community loves it.
And we are going to incorporate salads again. We did have salads before we took it off, and then we're going to be doing that again, starting tomorrow, actually.
Oh, nice.
So,
And y'all open 3:00. Is that what's your general time frame?
as of right now, we are open from 3 until the evening. We have our Facebook page. It's Q's Artisan Pizza. We do a lot of our updating right there. If anything changes, that's our main place where we announce it to the public, and you try to share it as far as we can, so that people are kind of are in the know.
Yeah.
But yeah, that until the evening.
Yeah.
3 to the evening time.
Gotcha. And now I know, obviously, people in Tuscola know who you are. Why should people from outside of Tuscola, we're calling y'all a hidden gem, because that means maybe a lot of people outside of your community haven't heard about you. Why should people outside of the Tuscola community make the drive to come see y'all?
Man, I think people should come and try it out, because you're not going to be able to get it anywhere else.
Yep.
You get the regular pizza toppings that you're used to, cooked in a true brick oven Italian style, and it's just going to be a combo that you haven't had. And come try something new. I mean, you won't be disappointed.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, you won't. I promise. I can promise y'all that. All right. So what are we thinking future plans here? Just to wrap this all up, what are we looking for in the future?
Well, I mean, the goal is to keep it running. And in any kind of, especially like small family-owned businesses, it can be kind of tough to keep that ball rolling. But that is our goal, to keep it running for as long as we can, so that it can still provide a service for the community, and even, outside communities, all the way as far as it can go, because, we enjoy being that place where teenagers can have their first job, where they can learn a skill set, they can learn things that you can't really learn in school. And I would still like to continue on with that, and build traditions and stuff that we can keep carrying on and on and on, past whenever our children are grown and stuff.
Yep.
That means a lot to me. And so that's how I see our future. Liz, are we going to expand? Are we going to have another Q's Pizza? I don't really think so. But I just, right here in our focused family, community kind of aspect.
I think we've already met our goal.
Yeah.
So we just want to keep doing what we're doing for as long as we can do it. And
if somebody has a good, food menu idea, I am always open for it.
You heard it here first. Let them know. Quentin and Tabitha. Guys, thank you so much. Like you said, family, community, that's what it is all about. Guys, write it down. Q's Artisan Pizza in Tuscola. I promise you it is worth the drive. You'll want to go out there for authentic brick oven pizza. Thank you both so much for being here.
Thank you for having us.
From deep in the heart of West Texas, where big flavor lives, you're watching Bite of West Texas on Big Country Homepage.
And if you like food, you are in the right place, my friends. On Bite of West Texas, we are highlighting locally owned and operated restaurants that would be considered hidden gems. Now, hello, my friend. Who are you and what restaurant do you own?
Hi, it's good to see you, Heather. My name is David Victor. I own Shield Station in Santa Ana, Texas.
Okay, and let's go ahead and just settle this debate here. Santa Ana, Texas. Santa Ana or Santa Ana?
So I think you have to earn the right to call it Santa Ana, and I've been there about 5 years now, and hopefully I can start incorporating it more into my vocabulary. But I don't know that I'm quite there yet. It takes confidence to call it Santa Ana.
I think if you own a restaurant there, I think you should just automatically be considered a local. So you can call whatever you want to call it.
I like that. I like that approach.
yeah.
We'll go with that and see if I don't get run out of town. But no, Santa Ana is a pretty common term. Officially, Santa Ana.
Yes,
Yeah.
gotcha. Well, you are not from Santa Ana, though.
No.
Where are you from?
I'm a Houston guy, southeast of Houston. I grew up in LaPorte, Texas, on the coast.
Yep.
I went to school in Huntsville and kind of went back to the Houston area for my career in oil and gas.
Yeah.
And so I was there until 2020, which in December moved up to Santa Ana area.
Yep. So you picked up and moved, came to Santa Ana. First of all, why Santa Ana, and also why open a restaurant in Santa Ana?
Well, originally we moved up there. My mother worked at the little grocery store in Santa Ana, and the little grocery store unfortunately shut down.
Yeah.
Mom lost her job. She was out on the family property, kind of. She needed a little help, and so decided it was time to quit the corporate life and try something. So I came up and purchased the old grocery store and was going to get the grocery store going so the community would have a place to get food and so my mom could get a job back. And it was a great idea at the time. And then COVID hit. Yep. And COVID in terms of logistics and getting everything done and redoing the refrigeration. And it ended up not working, unfortunately. And so the grocery store sat, went back and forth to Houston, continued working for financial reasons. And then this old building came up for sale, which I'd already been eyeballing. I love it. And it was perfect for a restaurant. I had a little experience in restaurants, and it had been a restaurant before. Okay. And decided to make a go at it.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about the building. Actually, the building has a very, very cool history, and actually why you named it Shield Station, right?
Yes, it got its name from one of the guys, the original, I would say, founders of the town. His name was L.L. Shield. He built that building in 1889, and then built subsequently several other ones down the block. This building seems to be in the best shape still, and that's where he had his office, even upstairs. There's an old door that's been painted over, but it still says LL Shield on it. Yeah. And it was kind of a tip of the hat to the history of the area and to the guy who put so much of his life into making Santa Ana great. And I'm a history guy. I love history. I love the old buildings, love digging through it every chance I get. And it only felt right to kind of give them a nod and include that. The station part is because the railroad is what kind of brought the town together. Railroad is directly behind the cafe, and it kind of just seemed to flow together well.
Yeah. Very cool. Shield Station. And you've got a lot of cool history, like pictures and decor and all of that. Like people can check that out when they go to the restaurant too.
Yeah, I love to, I like to dig stuff up and find it, old artifacts and things that came from the building
Literally,
early on.
You have, when you say dig stuff up, you have arrowheads in there.
Oh, I do. And the arrowheads kind of go with the area because Santa Ana, the name of the town was an Indian chief named Santa Anna, a Comanche chief. And so the arrowheads kind of go with that idea. And then I have a case with the artifacts and things that we found in the building. Yeah. Got an old ring, old photos and books and prescription bottles and things from the late 1800s. And I just like to nerd out on that stuff, and I figure if I do, maybe somebody else will.
Yeah, a lot of history buffs. Very cool. So there's a history behind it. We're not just talking about the food there. The food is delicious. I do have to say, and of course, perk of this job, with a food podcast, I do get to try the food. So we're going to talk about the menu here in just a little bit. Cool. But now, when I do tell people about Shield Station in Santa Ana, people go, oh, yeah, I drive through Santa Ana on my way to Austin. Oh, yeah, I'll have to go check it out when I'm driving through. Okay, well, we don't want Shield Station to be a place we do. We want people to stop when they drive through. But why should people make a trip to Santa Ana to go to Shield Station?
Well, I'll give you a couple of examples. We're fortunate enough to have our name spread a little bit, and so some of the neighboring towns, Coleman and Brownwood and Bangs, Texas, and even Abilene, we have people that do make the drive, and hopefully it's because of the food, but I think it's also because of the atmosphere that we provide. It's different when you walk in there. It's people come in and maybe they're having a bad day, maybe they're already having a good day, but when they leave, we try to make sure that they're not happy just because of the food, but they're happy because of their experience there. And we have a positive atmosphere where people can intermingle. And it's not very often that you go in and two tables are sitting apart and they're not talking to each other.
Yeah.
And really the glow, the people aspect, the whole friendship atmosphere is, I think, what makes us a little bit different.
Yeah.
You know, we try to do our best to make sure that everybody's treated in the best way possible. And hopefully it shows. You know, we're trying.
Well, I have to toot your horn for a little bit, David, but I do have to say, I guarantee a lot of people do come back because you're there and you are so warm and welcoming. I mean, just in the maybe, you know, few minutes that I was there and I got to sit and eat and enjoy the food and see you interact with customers. I mean, people, this is your baby. Like, you can tell. I can tell.
Yes, ma'am.
And that is what draws people to restaurants, these locally owned smaller businesses. You know, you can tell like your heart is in this. And so I think that's really important too. And I do want people to know that. So
Thank you.
This is not just a chain restaurant, which we don't mind chain restaurants, but the point of this podcast is to highlight the hidden gems. And you certainly are a hidden gem, my friend. So
Thank you.
when you say we, you're also talking about, I have to give a shout out to Christy, who is one of your chefs. So, and you have two, right? Christy and
Vaughn.
And
Yes.
Vaughn. That's right. Okay. I didn't get to meet Vaughn, but I got to meet Christy, and she made me this delicious raspberry chicken pecan salad.
Yes, that's correct. Yes.
Oh, it was so good. But then, oh my goodness, I have to say, that was delicious. But then you sent me home with a pizza.
Yes.
Okay. What was the cheese on that pizza? That was like the highlight. It was delicious.
Well, thanks for asking. We're real proud of the ingredients that we use. Our pizza is something that we're really staying behind, and so we have a specially selected dough that we use for the crust. All of our ingredients are fresh and top notch, including the cheese. And the cheese is the most expensive part of the pizza, by the way.
Yeah.
It's a whole milk mozzarella shredded that we use, and so it has a good melting temperature, has a good stretchiness, and so the other ingredients can get a little crisp if they need to, but the pizza doesn't burn. But the cheese doesn't burn, and just don't tell anybody that's my secret.
Yeah.
Okay?
Well, we'll keep it a secret. It only stays here.
Perfect.
No, but I do have to say it was very, very good.
Thank you.
Okay, so now let's dive a little bit more into the menu, because I'm sure people are like, all right, what are we going to go for? What are we ordering? Now, I do have to say it is breakfast and lunch, right?
Yes, and we've just expanded our hours. Mondays and Thursdays, we're open in the evenings we start at 7 a.m. and we go through 7:30 p.m.
Okay.
So we're trying to get a little more evening traffic, and we'll have, different casseroles and things like that in the future. Try to make it a little bit more of a dinner type atmosphere.
Ooh, casserole.
Yes.
I love that.
But in terms of our menu, our breakfast is pancakes are one of the most popular things we have. They're not your standard buttermilk pancake. They're a special pancake. And I'd say most people that come in leave saying that they're the best pancakes they've ever had. Now, that's not me saying it, so I don't want to sound like I'm being boisterous, but pancakes are certainly popular. And we have biscuits and sausage gravy. We have breakfast pizzas. We have a Hungry Man breakfast that people come in for, and quite a good selection of different breakfast items, omelets, French toast, things like that. Or if you just want some over easy eggs and bacon and toast, come on by, we got you.
Okay. Perfect.
Our lunch items more moving to the grilled chicken, the hamburgers, hamburger steaks. We have our pizza, as you noted, has been really popular. Our burgers have been popular. We do salads and soups and fun desserts and lots of sandwiches. The most recent sandwich we have is a chicken bacon ranch sandwich, for example. And
Yum.
we've got barbecue bacon burgers, our barbecue sauce, our ranch dressing, all of our sauces, things like that are all homemade from scratch. And and that tends to pay dividends, when people can taste the difference and they come back for just the sauces, it makes us proud.
Yes. You're putting your heart into it. I mean, like I
Yes,
said,
ma'am.
you're not just kind of churning out these things. I mean, like I hate not to knock on any chain restaurants, but and you're creating new things for the menu, and I'm sure, your chefs are back there coming up with new things all the time too. So I'm excited to try those pancakes. You mentioned something about sweet cream, and I said, Sold.
Yes, they got to have a little bit of a crisp on them, and I kind of want some right now, actually.
Oh, okay. You know what? I'm going to follow you out after this. We're going to go Shield Station, and we're going to get some pancakes.
That sounds delicious.
So, okay, so I do want to ask, something else I think is really, really cool. Kind of, you're talking about being a history buff. So there is, what is on top of the restaurant?
So the upstairs of the restaurant, it used to be a hotel originally. It was the Shield Hotel, had 13 rooms in it, and it's almost exactly like it was 100 years ago. Still got a lot of work to do to it. We've got to get power up there. For example, the gas lighting from the lanterns before the electricity, the gas piping and the extensions for the lanterns and things like that are all still there. Oh, wow. Some knob and tube wiring, with the big switch that you turn on for electricity. That was put up in the 20s, and I think that's probably the most recent upgrade outside of some of the renovations that I've started doing. And so the original floors, all of the rooms have the transom windows, and the stovepipes where the little belly stoves heaters were in the rooms. And it was interesting. Each of the rooms were just divided by, a wooden wall, and they were small. And I don't know how much privacy they had, but it's still super cool to see and look at the old history up there, almost as it was before. It's fun to imagine.
Okay, but what's cool is you're turning it into an Airbnb.
That's the plan. I've got a lot of work to do, but certainly love to make that happen, and that's part of the journey.
Yeah, a little bed and breakfast.
Yeah, you have some breakfast.
Stay upstairs, come back down, get you some pancakes.
Yeah, I need a little dumbwaiter that I can just send the food up there, but that is the idea, and I think that would be super cool to have in Santa Ana along with the restaurant. It kind of goes in hand and foot, and hopefully we make that happen soon.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, let's talk about future. What are we looking for? What's some dreams, some goals? What do you see moving forward?
Well, we want to expand the popularity of the restaurant. Right now, it's gotten to where it's sustainable, but we need to continue to do a little bit better, get the word out there a little bit more, have more people come in and check it out, and as they do, we feel like they'll leave happy. We're going to start expanding more into the community. Community is a big deal for us. We want to do a lot more with the local community and the county. Get more involved and do things outside of the restaurant, catering events and big fun stuff, and maybe even a food truck. I said I want to call it the Shield Station Wagon, but Christy said no, so we'll see.
Christy, I like it though. I like it. It's cute. It's catchy.
So we have the ambitions. We're just grateful for the people that we do have coming by and loving every minute of it.
Well, we're grateful for you, David. Victor, thank you so much for opening Shield Station. We're about a little over a year out, right?
Yes,
and it's
ma'am.
doing great things. So y'all, I don't care if you're driving through. I don't care if you're going to make a trip to Santa Ana. You got to stop at Shield Station. And if you pick up some pancakes, bring some back to me. Thank you very much. And thank you so much for being here, David. Appreciate you.
Great to be here. Thank you so much.